What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, back with some more boxing. Now I'm back with my latest Ego Poll 2.0, and I got the results for you. Want to share them, spend some time talking about this subject. And the question was, will Adrien, AB, the problem Broner, be able to defeat Marcos Maidana when they fight on Showtime, no longer Showtime pay-per-view, December 14th? And according to everybody that voted, I calculated the percentages. 77% of you guys that voted said yes, Adrien Broner will beat Marcos Maidana. And then 23% of you said no, he loses to Marcos Maidana. The 23% that said he would lose, a lot of them were saying he won't be able to handle Marcos Maidana's power. Overall, a lot of good comments. I think this is pretty much an accurate snapshot. I believe Broner is favored. You can't count Marcos Maidana out, despite what you think of him. If you think he's one-dimensional, if you think he's a brawler, fact of the matter is he's had more fights at welterweight, and he's had very, very good competition. His resume, whether he won or lost, he was still in the ring with Devin Alexander, Victor Ortiz, Josecito Lopez, Jesus Soto Caras, another veteran. So he's been in there with some stiff competition. Eric Morales, Amir Khan. I mean, his resume is solid. Like I said, if you want to pick and choose which ones he lost versus winning, it doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, a win or a loss is still a learning lesson. It's experience, and sometimes losing will help you get better. So, Marcos Maidana is definitely in the fight. I think Broner should be the favorite in this fight. I'm going to do a prediction later, but I can't stress this enough. Some people are comparing this to Paulie Malignaggi and Marcos Maidana, and there is no comparison to be made there because they fight totally different. Whereas Paulie Malignaggi is quick with his mind, his feet, and his hands, Marcos Maidana is more of a plodding fighter, much more power, and he kind of telegraphs his punches more. So I'd be interested to see if he can land something. He was able to land on Amir Khan, but then again, Amir Khan doesn't always fight the safest. Sometimes he gets caught and lured into brawls, which he shouldn't be doing based on his chin. So will Broner get lured into that? That's the real question. And plus, it's only Broner's second fight at welterweight. He moved up 2 weight divisions. He looked however he looked against Paulie Malignaggi. So I'm really anxious for this fight to see if he can take a punch. If he can take a punch for Marcos Maidana and he convincingly beats Marcos Maidana, I think that's a very solid win on his resume. And the haters just have to shut up, really. Because, again, you can't really take anything away from Marcos Maidana. Again, he has the veteran experience. He's been in there with a lot of credible names, and he's on a win streak. He knocked out the dude in his hometown fight in Argentina. He stopped Jesus Soto Caras, who just stopped Berto, and looked good after that. And after the Marcos Maidana loss, Jesus Soto Caras also beat Selçuk Aydin, who only had one loss to Robert Guerrero, and has rebuilt himself since that loss to Caras. So Marcos Maidana beating him is a good name, especially since Jesus Soto Caras is rebuilding his career after several losses. And then just the little legends like Eric Morales. He's been in there with Amir Khans and Victor Ortiz's. He has a very solid resume, and he has more fights at welterweight. So this is a credible win for either fighter, especially Adrien Broner, just because he's the one traveling in more or less untested waters. Marcos Maidana has had fights at welterweight, and he looked the worst in his worst fight at welterweight to me that I can remember was the Devin Alexander fight. Some people say Devin was just clinching, but it's boxing. You have to learn how to cut off the ring, something that fighters like Brandon Rios and Gennady Golovkin are exceptionally good at. They find a way to put you in a position where you have to trade with them. So I don't want to hear this. Devin Alexander, he was clinching. It's your job as a fighter to figure that out. If the ref is not taking points or like doing anything about it, then you have to come up with the plan B as to how you're going to get past that. It's kind of like the Klitschko versus Povetkin. That was a lot of clinching. And it's funny because certain fighters, they just get trashed all the time. Like Devin Alexander gets trashed. He fought a smart fight. He was in there against a power puncher who, knowing had fought at welterweight at that time in the pro level, and he fought in a way that's not going to get him knocked out, just like he fought Randall Bailey. I mean, at the end of the day, a win's a win. You're not trying to get knocked out and embarrassed because you want to fight in some dumb fucking fashion. It just doesn't make sense. And if you look at the Klitschko-Povetkin fight, that had a lot of clinching too. Povetkin didn't let his hands go and like really prevent anything from happening. So there's only so much you could do to rely on the ref stopping it or the ref taking a point. If it's not happening, you have to keep moving forward with a different game plan maybe. Again, in the Robert Guerrero versus Andre Berto fight, same thing. Berto felt Guerrero was fighting dirty, and he was complaining about it. Fuck complaining, do something about it. Like, back him up off you. You have the speed, you have the athleticism. Robert Guerrero is much slower than Berto. Do something about it. So, as far as Maidana and Devin Alexander, I don't want to hear all that, oh, he was clinching and stuff like that. Find a way around that, like Gennady Golovkin does, like Brandon Rios does. Find a way to force the fight, cut off the ring, trap them, land a good shot. This is boxing. Stop crying. Stop being little bitches. That's really all I got to say. Adrien Broner versus Marcos Maidana. I'm looking forward to a good fight. And this is going to be a telling fight. We're going to see where Broner's chin's at. We're going to see how good his defense really is. We're going to see how improved Marcos Maidana is under the direction of Robert Garcia. And we're going to see what he can really do. So let me know what you guys think. The poll results are back. 77% said yes, Broner will beat him. And the remainder, 23%, said no, Marcos Maidana wins. Let me know what you guys think. Is this accurate? Is it totally off? As always, hate, comment, or subscribe. Till next video, it's Ego, signing off.